the next topic, that is the transportation. Already we have seen so many processes. Now we will start with the transportation process, because and it will come under the circulation, means always we are telling the name of this process circulatory system. Okay, because already we having the food inside our body, we have the air also inside the body, but all the things have to be shifted or transport from one place to another place. So that part will be done by the transportation system, that will be a circulatory system. So now in this process, the transportation, or this is the main transportation system in the human beings, this is the circulatory system. It consists of the blood, arteries, veins, capillaries and heart. Heart is a pump. Heart will act as a pump in our body. So that is a very important process in our body, that is called the circulatory system. So it will consist mainly with the blood. So what is a blood? It is a transporter, or it will transporter for what? It is transport the food, it will transport the oxygen, waste products, and all this it will consist of this. To provide this all the things, it will need some blood cells. Blood is a complex type of the tissue. It is actually the liquid, or this is the tissue, or this is having the more number of the cells, like it is having the RBCs, like we are saying the RBC, red blood cells, white blood cells, platelets, plasma. Okay, these are, and the water is there. So this will all will happen. Okay, they are having the different functions, like the RBC will be take the oxygen from the body, from the lungs, and provide to each and every part of the body. Okay, then we are having the WBC, that is fighting against the germs in our body. This is our army in our body, we can also say. Plasma are responsible to whatever the soluble products like the glucose and CO2 and waste material that will carry in the plasma and move from one place to another place. And we are having the platelets inside our blood, that are responsible to clotting of the blood. Okay, whenever we having some type of the cut or wound in our body, so it will immediately collect in one side, in one place, and it will be block the injury. So it will stop the bleeding in our body. That is a very important process. And now we will see the arteries. Arteries are basically the blood vessels which are taking the blood away from the heart. We are having the arteries, we are having the veins and capillaries. So this is artery are taking the oxygenated blood away from heart and providing to each and every part of the body. And arteries are basically thicker in the size, and it doesn't having the walls in that. Okay, and next is veins. So veins are also the blood vessels that are bringing the blood back towards the heart from the body. After the oxygen is utilized from the blood, it is having the deoxygenated blood. So deoxygenated blood will be carried back to the heart with the help of the veins. And veins are not thicker like arteries, because it doesn't having the more pressure, but it is having the walls inside the veins, because it not allowing to flow back blood in our body. When it is coming towards the heart, it will gravitational force also acting on it. So that is why we are having veins having the walls, so that it will not allow the flow back of the blood. Now the third one is capillaries. Capillaries are very narrow, very small and very thin blood vessels, and that is actually responsible for the transportation. Means when the blood is reaching to the our body in the muscles, so it will, because the capillaries are very thin, so it will providing the transportation from blood to our cells, whatever the materials, what oxygen, nutrition, or whatever the things we want to provide to our cell, it will send it to the cell. And the remaining whatever the waste material, it will be come back into the blood, like nitrogenous waste, carbon dioxide, it will come into the blood, and all the exchange will be happen into the capillaries only. So that is why also it is very important. So these are the some organs we are talking about now. So right now we will see the heart, and the heart is a very main organ which are responsible in the circulatory system. Okay, so now heart is actually act as a pump in our body, which will pressurize the blood to move in our all the body parts. Okay, so now we can be make zoom, and we can be see what is or what are the compartment, or what are the sections in our heart. So basically our heart having a 4 chamber. We are the human beings, we are the mammals. So actually mammals having the 4 chamber heart. Okay, so now number 1 chamber is, we are having the two upper chambers, that is called the auricles. So this is number one and number 2 in upper side. These are both are having the auricle, the name is auricles, and the downward 2 chambers, that is called the ventricles. Upper one is auricle and downward 2 is ventricles, and the whole the heart will divide into 2 parts with the septum. This is the septum, you can say, which is dividing the 4 part. These all are the auricles, we can write with the A, and these are the ventricles, we can write with V. So the septum will be divide the heart into 2 parts, that is left one will having the oxygenated blood, and right one having the deoxygenated blood. This side having the oxygenated blood, we can say this is the left side of the heart, and this one having the deoxygenated blood, that is called the right side of the heart. We can be see more here with the help of this diagram. This is actually also showing the good diagram. This side is having the left ventricles, and left side having the oxygenated blood, and right side having the deoxygenated blood. Now we will start with what are the functioning and how our heart will work. Okay, so working of the heart we have to see like this, or this diagram will show you good we can understand better with the help of this diagram how our heart is working actually. So now first of all we will start with this side, and this red color will be show you this red color will show you the oxygenated blood, and right color blue color will show you the deoxygenated blood. So this side we have started when our body will be collecting the blood or deoxygenated blood with the help of the inferior vena cava and superior vena cava. This is, you can show like this. This is the inferior vena cava, this is the superior vena cava, and this is our left side of the body, and this is right side of the body. I can write with R and L. Okay, and our heart is divided into 4 chambers. So when our body will receive the deoxygenated blood in the right auricles, so when it will be compressed, so the blood will be moved into the right ventricle, and when the right ventricle will be compressed or contract, the blood will be flow towards the lungs. This is our lungs. So now the blood is sending to the lungs for the exchange of gases. So the oxygen will be added into our blood, and carbon dioxide will be released from the blood. So that will happen here, and this vein or this artery, it is taking the blood or deoxygenated blood from our heart to lungs, that is called the pulmonary artery. Normally all the arteries are carrying the oxygenated blood. This is the exceptional case where the arteries is carrying the deoxygenated blood, and after the exchange of the gases, the blood will be bring back towards the heart, and it will come into the left auricle, and with the help of the pulmonary vein. Normally the veins are bringing the deoxygenated blood, but this is the exceptional case where the veins is bringing the oxygenated blood, and oxygenated blood will be come and enter into the left auricle of our heart, then it will be shifted into the left ventricle in our heart. Now the ventricle will be contract, and left ventricle will be send the blood outside the heart with the help of the aorta. Aorta is the main artery which is bringing the blood away from the heart and providing each and every part of the body. So with the help of this, it will providing to upper part of the body like our head and arms, and with the help of this we can see it is providing the blood to downward part of the body, like our digestive system is there, and like our kidneys and other legs, it is providing the blood to all part of the body, that is a oxygenated blood. Now you can see here is the capillaries. This is called the capillaries. So capillaries are dividing into the smaller capillaries, and it is the main function of the capillary, that is exchange of the material will be happen here. Means carbon dioxide, oxygen is given to the muscles of the cells, and carbon dioxide will be taken from the cells, and it is entered into the blood. So that is why now this part we are showing in a blue color, because this is having the deoxygenated blood. It is need to bring back towards the heart, and whatever the nitrogenous waste, whatever the waste material, all the transport, all the exchange of the material will be happen into the capillaries. So like that is why capillaries are very thinner and smaller in the diameter, and it is bringing the and after the exchange of the material will be happen, so the capillaries will be joined together, and it will convert into the veins. So now it will again making a big vesicles, or it will convert into the vein, and now this vein will bring blood back towards the heart like this. From the downward it will bring the inferior vena cava, and from upper side of the heart it is bringing, that is called the superior vena cava. So this inferior and superior vena cava, this both the veins will be bring the blood and enter again into the right auricle, and again the same process will be start. So this circulatory system, we can also say this is the double circulatory system, because our heart will receive the blood two times in one circulation of the blood, because first we are receiving the blood into heart, deoxygenated blood, and it is provided into, it is sent into the lungs. Then again after the lungs it is again come into the blood, that is oxygenated blood, and this is the second time we receive the blood into the heart. Then again it is pumped into the whole the body, that is why it is receiving the blood in our heart two times, that is why it is called the double circulation, we can say, in our body. Okay, so that is a very important system in our body. With the help of this, all the transportation will be happen, all the material will be moved in our body from one place to another place. Whatever the nitrogenous waste we have to be send it in our body, or from the body to outside our body, so that will all will be happen with the help of this system. Now one more thing we have to I want to share with you, what is the heart rate, what is the normal heart rate of the body. When our heart is contract and relaxed, so there is having the walls are inside, that is make some type of the voice when it is contract and relaxed. So actually it is having normally around 72 heartbeat per minute for the healthy person. Okay, and pulse we can also count in our wrist. That is different, because when the blood is when the ventricles are contracting and blood is coming with the force into the arteries, and that is pressure is putting on arteries, so the arteries are means pumping, or it is expanding for the little time, that is making the vibration. So we can feel that vibration in our wrist, because that is arteries are very closer to our skin, so we can count that. Some doctors are counting the pulses also there. And what is BP actually? That is a blood pressure, that is a pressure exerted on arteries by blood, that is called the BP. That is normally doctors are checking our BP, that is around 120 to 120 by 80. So that is a systolic blood pressure and diastolic blood pressure. What is systolic? The contraction of the ventricles, it is called systole. So when the ventricles are contract, it is pressurizing the blood, and with the pressure the blood is coming out from our body, so that is called the systolic blood pressure. And when it is relaxing, so the pressure will be reduced on our arteries, so that is why it is called the diastolic. Diastole means the relaxation of the ventricles, so that is why it is called the systole and diastole blood pressure. That is normally should be 120 by 80 in a healthy person. And now we will just have a remaining part, that is called the lymph. Now what is mean by lymph? The lymph is a made by a colorless fluid present in the intracellular spaces, mean in our cells. There is having some kind of the space, so it is present over there, and it is formed from the plasma, which is escapes from the capillaries. On the capillaries also we are having a small holes, you can say. So from there the plasma from the blood will be escape out, and it will come over there, and lymph drained into the lymphatic capillaries, which is formed lymph vessels and joints into the large veins, that is joined to the veins. And now what is the main purpose of the lymph? That is the transport digested fat to our body, and the drains excess fluid from the intracellular spaces back into the blood. And what is the next main function of the lymph? It is consist of the lymphocytes, that is our WBC, which is kills the germs and protects the body. Means if we are having some kind of the infection in our muscles, the blood is not reaching over inside the muscles, so the lymph is there, and lymphatic cells are there, that is WBCs are there in the lymph. So that will be fight with our germs or whatever the infection we are having in our muscles. So that is the main function of the lymph. Now the next part we will see, okay, we are having a different kind of the organisms. So because on the different kind of the organism, it is having a different kind of the systems also. and the position of the heart or the chambers of the heart we are having in different organisms. So we will also discuss, and then in the next lecture we will discuss that the things, because we having the time limits. So now I just want to rewind whatever the things we have studied in this lecture. So it is very important system we have discussed in this system, that is called the transportation system, basically needed to transport the blood from lungs to all the body parts, and from all the body parts to the lungs for, and it is also helping into the transportation of the waste material also. So that all the things we have to keep in your mind, and whatever the important points you like, you have to write one in your notebooks. And I would like to request you just write in your homework, you can also write what is heart, what are the organs are in the circulatory system, and what is the systolic bp, what is diastolic bp, you can write down in your homework. And in this lecture this is enough. We will discuss the next remaining part in our next lecture. So take care for that lecture, for that time, and we'll see you in the next lecture. Bye.